I'm going to ask you something, and it might hurt a little bit. You can buy back your time, you can automate your systems, you could even 10x your revenue, but can you buy back your family's trust? Now, here's the truth that most successful fathers refuse to face. Now, your family has stopped believing in you. Yes, I know it because it's happened to me before. They've heard the just one more lunch too many times, or just one more meeting, just one more call. They've watched you choose work over them so often that they've started planning a life that doesn't include you. They've started planning around you. Now, the most expensive rebuild you'll ever go through, it's not in your business, it's in your home. And when I was growing up, my dad, he missed just about every game. I think he made 1 out of 40 games, but he'd miss every game, every dinner, every moment that mattered to me in my life and in my family's life. And on his deathbed, he grabbed me by the hand and he said, "Don't miss Leo's games like I missed too many of yours. Don't let success steal what I can never get back." That's what he said on his deathbed. And fast forward years later, I was scaling multiple 8-figure companies, drowning in 80 or 90-hour weeks. And one night, Leo looked at me and he asked, "Dad, are you coming to my game this time?" The question shattered me because what he was really asking wasn't if I was coming. He was asking if he could trust my word anymore. And in that moment, I realized I'd become the father I swore I'd never be. And I've helped hundreds of 7, 8, and 9-figure founders not just reclaim their time, but rebuild what the grind has destroyed: their energy, their presence, their family's trust. Because here's what I learned the hard way: success means nothing if the people you built it for don't feel safe with you anymore. And I mean that in more ways than one. So step one, the 3 touchpoint trust system, because trust is rebuilt through consistency, not apologies. So here are my 3 daily moments that repair broken connections. Morning touchpoint: start with presence, not your phone. 5 minutes of eye contact and connection before the chaos begins. An after school touch point: when they walk through the door, they get your full attention. No Slack, no calls, no distractions. It can only be a few minutes and it'll be fine. Bedtime touch point: at the end of the day, have gratitude, have presence, stories, prayers, conversations about their world, how their day went, what was their favorite part of the day, what could they have done better during the day. Now, you don't need to rebuild trust through weekend trips or expensive gifts. You rebuild it through showing up consistently when it mattered most, okay? Or when it matters most. Step 2, the calendar proof system, because your family has seen this pattern before. You promise change, you get excited for a week, and then slowly drift back into chaos that was destroying them, okay? This is sort of like repeating the old habits, okay? We need to get out of that. And that's what I teach my clients. Put your family first on your calendar. The season pass is what I call it, and this blocks what becomes untouchable: every game, every recital, sacred dinner hours, weekend family adventures, bedtime routines, morning connection times. Those are non-negotiable on your calendar. You got to block these as if they're protected with everything in you. And business meetings, these go around that, okay? Your calendar becomes proof that when you say something, you mean it. And this is the time the change has to happen, and this is real. This is how you get your family's trust back. Now, step 3, the emotional ownership revolution, because your family needs to see that you've changed, not just your schedule. So you can't rebuild trust if your energy is still in the reactive, exhausted, and stressed mode, okay? Plus, you're not even going to enjoy it. So when you walk through the door carrying the chaos of your business, your family's going to feel it. They absorb your stress and they live in your emotional wake because you are the leader at home, whether you accept it or not. And that's why I help founders reclaim emotional control first. When your body's calm, when your leadership transforms, when your team owns outcomes, you stop bringing the stress home. When your presence improves at home, your family starts to believe again. And this can happen. You can rebuild it. It takes time. It takes intention. It takes frameworks. Trust isn't just about showing up. It's about showing up as the father and the husband that they need, not the stressed out CEO that they've learned to avoid because he's upset. So let me show you what happens when these systems work. Stacy came to me. He was working 70, 80 hours a week, missing bedtime stories, constantly saying just one more lunch. His daughter had stopped asking him to come to her events. His wife had stopped expecting him for dinner. Within 9 weeks of implementing these 3 steps, everything changed. He went from 80 hours to 30 hours per week. His business grew by 40%. That's near double without him micromanaging everything. But here's the moment that mattered most. His daughter said, "Daddy, can we keep doing school pickups like this every day?" That's trust being rebuilt, not from an apology, but from consistent presence. And here's the statistic that should terrify every successful father. Most women think about divorce for 2 years before they ever say it out loud. So when it happens, you lose half your net worth, daily access to your kids, and the life that you thought you were building. But the real cost, it's not financial, it's emotional. The dinners missed that can never be recovered. The questions unanswered that shape their self-worth. The trust that you thought you would always have there in your family. Now, this isn't about fixing your business. This is about saving your family before success destroys it. Your business will be fine if you implement the proper frameworks. So here's the truth that will define your legacy. At your funeral, your children, they're not going to talk about how fast you scaled your business or how much money you made. They're going to talk about whether you showed up, whether you kept your promises, and whether they could trust your word. They're going to remember when it mattered most, you chose them. And listen, on your deathbed, you're not going to say, "I'm so glad I blew off your game for that client meeting." No. So that's the real ROI of rebuilding trust. It's peace at home, profit at work, and presence that your children can pass down to their children. This is generational, and that's exactly why I wrote Buyback Time Formula. It contains all the frameworks you need to work yourself out from being the bottleneck that you are right now at work, bringing all that stress home over to a life of freedom, just like I did. I went from $20 million to $50 million a year, working less than ever, having ultimate freedom. Because buying back time isn't enough. You have to rebuild what you lost along the way to building your business. So if you've recognized yourself in this video, you're not broken. You're just operating without the systems that protect what matters most. So start rebuilding trust, restore presence, and reclaim your family. Start here. Buybacktimeformula.com/YT book. It is a physical book you'll get in the mail. It's free, just pay for shipping, but it's a heavy book. It's 128 pages. You'll have it next to your computer. Once you buy back just one thing, you're going to be hooked for life, because your family's trust is the most valuable thing you'll ever build, not your business. And it's going to be the most expensive thing you'll ever lose if you don't start now. So go get the book, and I'll see you on the inside.